Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We were talking a little bit of recruiting earlier in the week, talking about Douglas Utu. There's some buzz out there. There's some rumors that he could possibly be flipping from Tennessee. Steve Wiltfong, Chad Simmons both put in expert predictions that Oregon was going to flip the four-star interior offensive lineman. And look, I see the comments. I see some of the things on Twitter, Facebook, and even in the comment sections of the video I made saying, good, we don't need him. Move on. We'll find somebody else. No, we do need Douglas Utu, and I hope Tennessee is going to continue to recruit him. Hopefully they can hang on to him. If you missed that video, go back and give it a watch. But as of now, it doesn't sound good for the future of Tennessee with Douglas Utu. But on the flip side of that, as we talked recruiting throughout the summer, most of your big-time guys come off the board July, August. They want to get that decision out of the way before they go into their senior season of high school football. But we also said we could go out and prove it on the field of play. We go out and play elite football. There are going to be some flip opportunities for Tennessee as well. One of those came off the board yesterday. Isaiah Campbell, 2025 elite defensive lineman, has decommitted from Clemson. You can see there on three recruits on Twitter says Campbell has scheduled 2 official visits for the fall. Now, he committed to Clemson back in January over Florida State, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Clemson offered early back in May of 2023. Tennessee really tried to get Isaiah Campbell on campus back throughout the course of the spring and summer. But, Dabo Swinney's got his rules, right? Once you're committed to Clemson, doesn't allow you to take visits. He tries to strong-arm kids, tries to lock kids down. It is what it is. I don't think it's working out for Dabo Swinney. I think the times they are a-changing, and Dabo Swinney's not willing to kind of adapt to that. So here we sit in September, and we see Isaiah Campbell has decommitted from Clemson. Now, what does that mean for Tennessee? Where does Isaiah Campbell stack up? Well, you guys know the deal. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be any of that stuff. This channel is all about being a fan. It's for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time for our weekly fan call-in show. That's where you guys get to come on, drive the show, talk about this big win over Oklahoma. Dropped the day after video earlier this morning. If you missed that, go back and give it a watch. Going to be live tomorrow morning with Eric Kane at 9 a.m. Always a good time talking ball with Kaner. So get in where you fit in, subscribe, smash that thumbs up, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. I guess first, let's talk about Isaiah Campbell as a player. What does he bring to the table? I saw some people commenting over the Douglas Utu deal saying, well, there we go, top 10 class gone. We're gone. No more rankings. Well, if you look at the On3 industry rankings, Isaiah Campbell actually grades out higher than Douglas Utu. Obviously, 2 different positions. We still need help on the offensive line. We know that. Big David Sanders is on the way. Nick Moore on the interior is on the way. Anthony Aguimora is on the way. We got some elite talent in this class of 25, but we can also continue to add talent on the defensive line. You see the profile there on the screen. Isaiah Campbell, 6'3.5", 265 out of Durham, North Carolina, 43 according to the On3 industry rankings. Top 5 defensive linemen in the country. That is elite. Look, week in and week out, we jump on here and we talk about how good this defensive line is playing, and these kids are taking notice. They see what Rodney Garner is doing. The scouting report from Andrew Ivins, director of scouting at 247 Sports, says that Isaiah Campbell is a moldable defensive lineman that can be deployed in a variety of different ways at the next level in both odd and even fronts. Size hasn't been third-party verified in over a year, but looks to be north of 6'3", with the room to eventually carry 285 or more. Says he produced in a big way as a junior, racking up 110 tackles, 16 sacks, used active hands to get off blocks. Goes on to say he's got adequate get off at this stage and has the burst to dart laterally and make stops while in pursuit. Understands how to find leverage, but isn't the most consistent edge setter, and is likely going to need some technical refinement before he's ready to be a full-time contributor on Saturdays. Overall, should be viewed as a scheme versatile point of attack defender that can slow down the run and add some value as a pass rusher. Could take a major step forward after a developmental year or 2 in college strength program. Sunday upside if he can keep progressing. Well, I know a great defensive line coach that's going to be able to help you with that development. So where's Tennessee at in this thing? Does Tennessee have a shot? Let's go look at the article from on3.com. This is from Chad Simmons, not behind a paywall, so we can share it. We can talk about it. Elite 4-star defensive lineman Isaiah Campbell decommits from Clemson. Said he pledged to the Tigers on January the 29th when he chose the ACC program over Florida State, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Here's a quote from Campbell himself. After much prayer and counsel, I'm announcing my decommitment from Clemson University. At this time, I'm continuing to build relationships with schools that share my values and goals. I know this may come as a shock, but please respect me, my family, my coaches as we navigate this transition. Thank you for the support and the understanding. So here's the 2 visits that they're talking about this fall. Campbell will take official visits to Tennessee on October the 18th and North Carolina on November the 15th. The Volunteers and Tar Heels are the 2 primary contenders in his recruitment going forward. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you guys noticed October the 18th just so happens to be when Tennessee plays Alabama. Look, we're going to have a bye week to get healthy, get ready, get geared up to go take on Arkansas on the road. I think Tennessee probably going to be a pretty big favorite in that game. And then the Gators come to town, and that's going to be an electric environment. If that's a night game, Neyland Stadium is going to bring it, and we are going to beat the brakes off the Florida Gators. And I get it. One game at a time, Boogie. Don't say that. It's Florida. Ifs, ands, and buts. Well, we always struggle. We're going to go take care of business against the Florida Gators. And then Alabama's going to come to town. Tennessee's going to be undefeated. We'll see what Alabama does against Georgia, but that's going to be a big-time showdown. We'll see. Maybe College Game Day's in town. It's going to be an electric environment either way for Isaiah Campbell when he visits Tennessee on October the 18th. So where's Tennessee in this thing? Do they actually have a shot, or do they just get a visit? Is it just a visit? Matt Ray over at VolQuest, he actually said this after the news broke of the decommitment, says this is one of the guys I was referring to a couple of weeks ago when I mentioned that guys had picked up the phone and called Tennessee. Now, that's, part of the conversation. Dabo Swinney, right? I don't want you taking visits. Once you're committed, you're locked in, no visits. Well, I can pick up a phone and make a quick call, and that communication has been taking place with Tennessee. Matt Ray goes on to say, as we've said, those guys have to get to campus or decommit from Clemson to have a shot. Decommitment, check. Visit to campus, coming soon. He goes on to say Vols were in it before Clemson commitment and will have a shot now, one Tennessee has really liked for quite some time. Chad Simmons also says, I like the Vols' position with his recruitment back open. We will see if any other schools work their way into this race, but the communication has been consistent. Campbell has initiated contact with Tennessee staff throughout the process to keep the relationship strong, and now Josh Heupel and company will have a chance to make their move. Now, let's go listen to Steve Wiltfong. He was reacting immediately after the commitment. Let me get this clip pulled up and let you guys take a listen to it here from Steve Wiltfong. Again, this was last night after the decommitment.
Well, I think you start with Isaiah Campbell, on 300 defensive lineman who decommitted from Clemson earlier today. Chad Simmons with the news that he has upcoming trips to Tennessee and North Carolina. But behind the scenes, the Vols have been in a great position for a while. There was talk that he was going to visit Knoxville earlier this summer. Now, Dabo Swinney has that strict no visit clause. So Tennessee's been working this one for a while. I like the way that one's trending for him. He certainly has to like what he sees from this Tennessee defense. Mm-hmm. Tim Banks, Rodney Garner, and his track record. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing that on-3 RPM start going the checkered oranges way, especially after North Carolina gave up a 70 spot today. Now, maybe he could sit there and look and say, North Carolina really needs me, but they've had their struggles. And they've had their struggles every year, the Mac Brown era, losing games like this one after getting some big wins early in the year.
So that's the insight from the experts and the insiders. Certainly sounds good for Tennessee with Isaiah Campbell. We'll take those official visits. We'll continue to follow it. I try to make recruiting videos when there's kind of news breaking. I know you guys would much rather talk about the games and the action. That's why I thought we would drop 2 videos today. Again, if you missed the day after video, go back and give that a watch from this morning. Then we'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thoughts? Jump into the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, make sure you do smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. It helps the channel, and I would appreciate it. You can go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is also right down here in the description below. You also want to support the channel, you can become a member. If you don't have a Power T beside your name, you can fix that. Hit that join button. You can do so for $1 a month, just $1 a month. Keeps the lights on around here. It allows me to do more content, right? The Monday morning show, the Friday morning show. I'm able to do that because of the support of your membership, so we are grateful for that. If not, just smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.